What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 63 of the Left Coast Leafs podcast. I'm Sean Orr, joined my good buddy Trevor Bast. The Dave Bolland episode. Are we gonna have a strong opening quarter and then just mail it in with an injury?
And you're just gonna slice my Achilles tendon?
That happened in Vancouver.
Oh, did it really?
I was at that game.
I was so optimistic when he signed.
He had a great 20 games to start, and then he sliced his ankle, and that was pretty well
in 23 games.
That was pretty well his career right there. That's pesky skate down the back of the skate blade down the back.
But it was nice of him to allow Tyler Ennis to wear 63.
It was nice
this year.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Ennis. Is he back next year?
If he's at a mill, it depends on the cap. I think there's a lot of Tyler Ennis's out there.
I think he'll get an offer though. I think some teams will probably give him 1.5 maybe on a third line role.
On that,
a less deep team.
Let him walk.
Yeah, we can't match that.
Let him walk.
No, exactly. So it's been a couple weeks. Was it 2 weeks since our last podcast?
Yeah, it's been really hard to get into hockey. Just such a downer.
I'm not even shy about the fact that I can't watch the Bruins. I will. I hope I can snap out of it just so I can watch the final. But I don't know if I will be able to.
They're probably gonna win too.
So I went to Liquor Planet today.
Yes.
And it is true what Wyatt said. Breweries are getting out of the bomber business. They only have 2 doors for their bombers now instead of 4 doors, and it's all tall cans coming in now.
Why are they getting in the bomber business?
Just cost. It's way cheaper to can than to have those big bottles.
But bombers are cool.
They are cool. And I said to Wyatt, I guess those were trendy when craft beer was trendy. They sort of came in together.
But craft beer's not trendy. It's just a thing
as trendy now.
But everyone just drinks it.
But people need to start. It used to be a passion play for people, but now they got to start making money at it, right? So we have. I can feel through the bag. We got a couple of tall cans in here.
Very nice.
Wonder if they're identical.
I would hope so.
I don't think so.
Unless Wyatt's having an off day.
Okay.
I see a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's the Phillips Brewery Dino Sour BlackBerry Sour Ale.
Very nice.
There's one for you. You gonna give us a little reading on that one?
Okay.
Phillips is a local brewery, of course.
Dinosaur Blackberry Sour Ale packs a delightful tart bite soured with our house-cultured lactose strain. Blackberries are added pre- and post-fermentatious period, balancing sour flavors with fresh berry sweetness.
Nice.
Cool can.
Was it this past weekend? Yeah. Reggie and I were downtown. We took a couple of bombers. We filled one up at Phillips, and we filled it up at 4 Mile.
A bomber?
Yeah, a couple growlers,
Yeah.
A couple growlers, and we came home and...
Crushed them?
No, I had a couple, and then he took them to a friend's house. I think we watched hockey and had a barbecue, my inaugural barbecue.
How'd it go?
It was good. It was really good.
I was in lovely Penticton.
Yeah, that's a nice town. I think was there a beer festival there while you were there?
Not a beer festival.
This is pouring a really nice pink.
It's not bad.
Is it not bad?
But while I was there, had the one night we were done relatively early, 8 o'clock, and a few of us went to it's called the Bad Tattoo Brewery.
Oh yeah,
it's a brewery and pizzeria. Very cool. Great beer. Had several IPAs, couple flights. The pizzeria there was incredible.
Oh yeah.
They had this nacho pizza, which was unreal. We split. There's 5 of us, and we split that. Great spot. Randomly enough, over there's some film crew filming the beers and them making pizza.
Oh really?
So my one buddy and I were probably in some sort of
some promo
TV
piece
show or something.
Really,
because we were sitting at the bar waiting for our table because we got there relatively late because we were busy with work, and then but yeah, we were sitting there chilling, and we were in so many camera shots.
Really?
And I had no idea what it was for.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
we'll have to look for that.
I know.
And speaking of video, I guess I should just mention this. We're not videotaping this podcast, but I've set it up so that this one will upload to YouTube,
Very nice.
so people can listen to it on YouTube.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. And I mean, an advantage to that is if you're actually listening to us on your PC,
Yeah.
you just have it open as a window in the background.
Yep.
And have it on your PC, because YouTube's shitty on phones, because as soon as you collapse it, it won't play anymore. Right?
That's true.
Yeah. So
It's a good work way. I'm a
Exactly.
big YouTube playlist guy for my work.
Oh, are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so PCs are still a thing. We're not all into the smaller devices yet. So
It depends on how you're listening to it. So
Yeah.
very cool. Are you gonna add video? Are you gonna complement that?
well, not of us.
Got to sell a few more toques first to get that HD camera.
Yeah, no kidding. I have a three or four camera setup with the actual live producer in the studio.
Yeah.
They're cutting to highlight shots and stuff like that.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Current state of the playoffs. So obviously we're filming, recording on May 16th here, and last night has been now the infamous hand pass OT game winner for San Jose.
Excuse me.
Like,
that was, I don't know. What did you?
That's a tough one. Like, I get it. Like, you missed it. Like, it happens. Like, I don't know how they missed it, but errors do happen.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can't review it, it's just unfortunate. There's nothing you can do.
You know what's weird about that one being missed? Oftentimes I'll be watching a game and there'll be a stoppage of play, and they've picked out the most minute hand pass, and it's like no one ever saw it in real time except an official.
Yep.
Right? And then they'll go back and the replay. Oh, sure enough, the guy got it with like the left pinky of his fucking glove.
The problem is,
but
like,
this one, it's like it was a full on scoop.
The problem is that they're going to add this to the reviewable 100%.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like the offside, where it's going to be like, did it touch his hand? Was there like a pushing motion? And it's going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Well, you know what the solution is to that? I've been thinking a lot about this today. I actually listened to a lot of stuff on NHL Sirius XM radio today. But I had some of my own opinions to begin with, and some of them were reinforced. Really, I did have some opinions. And I've thought about this before when I watched the hand pass being called down. You want to avoid hand pass replay fuckery? Just allow the hand pass.
Fair?
Who cares?
Like, almost like the kicking motion with the skate?
Yeah, no, just allow it. You just like can't bat it into the net.
Unless it's like a direct...
It can't be the last point of contact before the puck passes the goal line.
What if it was incidental? Like, if you're just swiping at the puck?
The hand is in play, period. That's it. That's easy. Yeah. Because we want more goals, right?
The problem is,
in order to keep a puck in play, you use your hand.
A thing like this is going to get bastardized now because of the one moment, similar to the Matt Duchene offside.
But that's how...
I think
that's how you'd make it not that thing.
I would rather prefer to live with the... I guess it'd be different if I was a St. Louis Blues fan. Mm-hmm. And the game is really fast and the officials make errors.
Yeah.
I would rather just live with a... sometimes shit happens versus the ticky-tack video review that we now see with these offsides.
Well, I think, you know what, how many years has the offside review been in now? Is this our third season with it? Maybe it's been 10. Sometimes these things creep up on you.
4 years.
But now that we have like a good sample size of offside reviews and how close they are, and how many times they got to back up the camera.
99.9% of the time, the officials they're good. Like they're
so here's what you do. You want to avoid the same thing. We can go back in time now and say, okay, the offside review, it's turned out to be a bit of a joke, and we don't want our league to look like a joke. How about they only get to review it in real time? So, well, if it's that close, like, let's not do the freeze frame thing because it.
But if you're reviewing it in real time, then why even have a review?
Because it just picks up the egregious ones. If it's not egregious, it's not a big deal.
The thing is, there's no perfect solution here.
Because there's no perfect ball or strike call in hockey or in baseball.
No.
Right? So
with football, it's very like, you know what a catch is. Like, well, until they change the rule back. But
yeah, I know what you mean though.
But like, you know, if a guy catches the ball, he has to have 2 feet down in bounds. There's a process. Where with the offside, it's like the whole Landeskog one too, where he's not even the guy on the ice.
Yeah,
like,
he's not. And even that was a really grainy video that we saw. Maybe they had something better, like
from their tablet.
It didn't even see like, was his foot down? Was not. That's what I'm saying. If it can't be overturned in real time after 3 looks from 3 different angles, it's a good goal. You know what, it's inconclusive.
This is such a tough spot for the NHL to be in, because there is no perfect solution
But there is a way to make it worse, and there is a way to make it better. And to make it better is change the rules. Don't add replay to more things.
I think with the rule is you don't have replay.
Yeah.
Like, either you're gonna ticky-tack everything, go all in, or don't have it.
Yeah.
Because like, up until like, would you have ever thought a hand pass goal was a review? I'd have no idea until last night.
But now it's going to be a real thing. And the thing is, like, all this stuff has to run through the general managers. And quite frankly,
the competition committee first.
Okay, and then the general managers,
and then it goes to the board of governors.
Quite frankly, I don't even like look at that group of GMs. We want these progressive guys making these calls. Like, they shouldn't have any say. Like,
we're not getting into that.
You want 25 Jim Rutherfords and a couple of Kyle Dubases in the room. Like, who's gonna win over, right? Like, it's like it's stupid, right? Yeah. But what about the eye in the sky? What about no video replay on anything?
Toronto makes the call.
But at each game, there's a guy watching each game, and if he can override anything that is game changing.
So like Toronto, like I would
like
actually
like the Pavelski injury that caused the 5-minute major, like last night's, like the 8-foot offside.
But the thing is, though, you got to think though too. It comes down to, was the intent to blow the whistle? Like, there's such like minutious things that happen, and the game is so fast. You can't just put yourself in a box.
Yeah. I think the lesson is, moving forward, that less is actually more, and they shouldn't have a knee-jerk reaction to this. They should actually attempt to make what's already in place better by this. Because then there'll be another thing, and then they'll start doing majors, like the DeBrusque knee on Kadri.
Oh,
you want that reviewed in game time then.
Like, we're guaranteed to get, it's gonna be worse.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse. So that's what I mean. Like, loosen up on some rules so that you don't have to go. Like, maybe make offside. Yeah, a ballpark rule. But I'm just saying.
All right, I don't want to talk. This is like,
but it's an interesting topic, because it did affect the Leafs this year. The DeBrusque hit did affect the Leafs, and if that could have been overturned into a 5-minute,
I don't want to talk about
5-minute major. We're sour on hockey right now.
I know,
hey,
but and because the thing is, like, the Bruins are going to win the cup.
I know. I said that 2 weeks ago,
and it's just like, it's so sad because we played them so well, and we should have won that series, and they're gonna win, and I hope it. I'd love to see Joe Thornton win a cup, because I think it'd be really cool.
I hope it's San Jose.
But that Bergeron, Marchand, Pasternak are so good. Like, it's.
But it's even their depth guys right now that are coming through for them too.
But you have that top line just sets the tone.
Yeah.
They play 20 minutes. They're taking the hardest matchups, and they crush it against everyone.
Yeah.
Like, JT actually played relatively well against Bergeron. It kept Bergeron in check.
Yeah.
But then I saw a stat. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it looked at, like, Bergeron went head-to-head with, like, Panarin, Tavares, like, all the absolute studs, and they had, like, no points at 5-on-5. Like, Bergeron is so good.
He just preoccupies
your mind,
you.
In my mind, he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, he is.
Without doubt.
Yeah. I mean, he is today. If they win this year, there's not even a question about it. Like, it's done.
He's the best defensive forward, like offensive forward of my generation. like a guy that wins face-offs, can penalty kill, power play, score, defend. Like he is the absolute hockey player.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted a complete hockey player, like you want Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah.
And he's done it for 15 years.
And Kopitar threatened that for a couple of years, but he didn't have any of the staying power that Bergeron has had.
And like if you
Not
go
even
back,
close.
like Bergeron, like his career was almost derailed by concussions.
I
Like
know.
he missed a lot of time.
I'm pretty sure there was times where I said to a buddy, like, I'd be surprised if he came back. Like that, it was one of those like walk away and save your brain situations, like a Mark Savard situation almost, right?
I really would love to see like how good is actually Marchand and Pasternak if you don't have Patrice down the middle. Like Bergeron just sets the tone.
Yeah.
But the Bruins are to win the cup and it just sucks.
So does that make you feel better or worse about going 7 with them?
I can try and find a silver lining and
There's
be like,
no silver lining for me.
it just sucks.
It's just bitterness.
I know.
It's just fucking bitterness, man. And I hope this is the last taste of this bitter.
I don't even want to pod again until like if the Bruins keep winning. I don't want to do a Stanley Cup one. Like if they're there, I'm just gonna be like fuck. Unless something big happens Leaf wise.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about the finals at all. We had a couple big off ice news stories this last week for 10 days.
Shanny re-ups for 6 years.
Yeah.
Big signing.
I'm fine with that.
Oh.
No, I mean I would.
He's changed the franchise, like the little thing, but big little things like the jersey retirement, bringing like the Dave Keon, like correcting
He
those
saved
issues.
the alumni situation.
He's the absolute face of the franchise, non-hockey player, and it's not even close.
No.
And he sets the. I would love just to be a fly in the wall in the office to see how like Shanny works on a day-to-day basis with Dubas, the whole hockey staff, the hockey development staff, analytics, the coaching staff. And I wonder, like, just does he sit there and just kind of like take it all in, or does he try and stir the pot? Like I would be so interested of his leadership.
What do you predict he does?
Well, I've heard from, I know people that have sat in the rooms there, and he just takes it all in.
Yeah.
Do
you ever think he's got even 8 out of 10 heated in a meeting? No.
It's not his job. I think it could be the only time that would happen would be with like Dubas or Lou before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that would be I would only assume the GM is directly responsible or directly speaks to Shanahan. Like it'd be like my boss, like, but you deal with your whatever the organizational chart is. Like I don't see Shanny dealing directly with Babcock. Like the org chart would be Dubas or Shanny to Dubas, and then Dubas to Babcock, and then each heads of the departments.
Yeah, where do you think if he could look back and say I should have went 8 out of 10 in this scenario, would have it been the Zaitsev deal or the third year of the Marlowe deal? Which one do you think he regrets not stepping in on the most if he could have gone back and stepped in?
I don't think he steps in though. Like no. I think he's a methodical person. Like if you look, we spent a year with Dave. It took him a year he wanted to analyze everything.
He didn't say anything. He just sat there.
He's
right?
methodical. He's thinking long term. Like the organization in my lifetime has never been in a better position. Maybe the Pat Quinn eras of the early 2000s.
Yeah. But
the organization has never been in a better position.
I heard. Oh, he said himself. He was on overdrive yesterday, the day before, and he actually said that he was in the meeting with Marner's agents and Dubas, so he was actually in the room. They had a meeting 2 days ago.
Makes sense.
And he's in the room, so that's sort of that's pretty hands-on-y for a president.
Remember last year in September he came out and kind of threw that line of hey, like if you're a team guy, you got to make it work. And then I'm sure that probably pissed Nylander off a little bit. But we don't need to get into Marner right now.
No, we're not going to.
I think pumped. Shanny's Shanna plan.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, no, he brings stability to the whole organization, makes it a safe place to play, as they say, and and cut out all the noise.
Yep.
And you guys want to come here.
Then I'm sure you're most happy about the vote of confidence for Babcock.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably coming down from Shanahan. Like I'm sure that wasn't Dubas's call to make.
I bet it was. But he
I
would have
don't know.
he would have had to position it to Shanny. Like if he wanted to get rid of Babcock, he would have had to make a case for it.
I would say that if Dubas could have gone to Shanahan and said, "I think now's the time to move on," and I think Shanahan would say, "Here's why we're not." And I think that's how the conversation would go.
Depends how Dubas presented it, though. Like, you look at the pros, cons, everything. Like, you can't just make a rash decision like that.
No.
And the reason you hire Dubas as the GM is to make those decisions or recommendations. He has the authority. And I think this is Dubas's doing. Like, I think the one thing that has come out is it looks like both assistant coaches are gone. Elliot Freeman had a piece this week in his 31 Thoughts that Jim Hiller is he's done, and then DJ Smith has been interviewing for head coach positions.
Is Hiller's on merit, or also moving on? He's not a head coach material.
I think he's just moving on. I'm really interested to see who comes in who's on the bench with Babcock.
Yeah,
and it would be hilarious if Sheldon Keefe came up as an assistant coach.
Everyone says that's just too awkward of a situation.
Who cares? You want different voices.
May or may not be. Yeah.
You want different voices.
I'd love to see him there.
There's zero chance Babcock would be intimidated. He's so confident. There's no way that he would be intimidated by anyone.
Okay, well, here's a scenario. Okay, so everybody was down after they lost based on player deployment, utilization, all that sort of thing. So let's say he comes back, and they lose in the second round. Okay. Some of the same issues, but they lose in the second round. Does that buy him the rest of his contract? Or because it's funny that the guy could maybe be on thin ice now, but if you win a round, you can stay for the whole 8 years.
You can't. It depends how the year plays out, what position we're in, if we win our division, if we're a wild card. There's so much that has to play out. And I think for me next year, it's not going to be like, let's just wait for the playoffs. There needs to be a constant evaluation of what's going on.
That's fucking hilarious you say that. I was just about to say my own version of that, where yes, we sat here this year, and even part of last year, believe it or not, we're so ahead of ourselves, I think, as far as where this team is at, that we said, oh, let's just get through this regular season. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters with the playoffs, but clearly the regular season does matter. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, and they didn't address it properly at all. Like they swept the power play struggles under the carpet. They didn't try new things. They didn't try any wrinkles that they maybe had some things in their back pocket come playoffs because it worked early. So yeah, all 82 games matter. Yep. And I think maybe that's the big takeaway for Babcock. Maybe that's the thing that he has to understand is that yes, we're going to make the playoffs, but no, we're not the Golden State Warriors.
No,
right?
I think the next 6 weeks will be very interesting from a coaching staff standpoint, a contract standpoint, and where we get to. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to talk if the Bruins win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, we'll just talk about other things.
But
here's the thing. Like, okay, so I have a couple location podcasts set up for us. We're not going to just sit down here and lament. We have a nice patio outside the Axe and Barrel Brewery. We're going to sit out there and drink crush craft beer and watch the traffic go by on Millstream. I'm getting a hot tub. We can do a hot tub pod.
It's a little awkward.
No, it'd be great. It'd be great.
What with electronic equipment around water?
Yeah, we'll just have our microphones in the little Zoom portable deal. It'll be fine. Couple beers. Oh yeah, be good. Maybe we'll YouTube that one. What do you think?
Might be not safe for work.
Maybe not. Yeah, we'll have to. Well, you are clearly like hard into a regiment right now, so maybe we'll both have to get a little more jacked before the hot tub pod.
Yeah,
I bet you that would be our most viewed.
Yeah, probably.
You know, we could debut the HD camera for that.
That's awesome.
But what do you think of the beer?
Not bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
Like, I'm not a big sour guy. I know you are.
Yeah, I like the sours.
The can was cool.
What's that? The can is cool. The artwork's good. I actually, you know what I did? I sent a couple beer to no, I sent a hat to a fellow in Ontario, and he's going to send us some beer back. Right on. 3 weeks though, and he hasn't got the hat yet.
Wow.
Either has Boreal Ninja in Prince George.
Did they pay for the shipping?
I paid for the shipping.
So did you make any money on the hat?
Oh no, those were promos. No, Boreal ordered a hat, paid. Yes, he did.
But then did you make any money though because of the cost of the hat and the shipping?
Yeah. I mean, Boreal covered the costs, so he paid for the shipping and the hat.
Hardcore fan.
Yeah, and this guy with the beer trade, but 3 weeks, and I don't even think I have the receipt for the tracking, so that kind of sucks. So those could be sitting in a warehouse somewhere, or maybe some Bruins fan at the post office intercepted it. Anyway, we are open for beer trades. That's what I'm saying.
Very nice.
Yeah, some like Ontario craft breweries, other parts of the country. Hit us up. We'll send you some merchandise so you send us some beer.
Very good.
Hey, sound good?
All right.
Right. I like the sours because I'm in a sour mood right now. That's why I'm digging the sours. I'm sour about the NHL playoffs. So that's a good reintroductory to the podcast world for us after the layoff. So we'll call it that. Anything else you want to say?
Go Leafs, go.
Go Leafs, go.